Hi, I'm Rebby from Hungary, and you're watching what I'm doing right now.
Hey buddy, what do you got today? Oh, you dropped it. It's down there. So Bernie won Utah and won Idaho, both quite handily. Clinton took Arizona by, I don't know, 20% or something. And the way the delegate math turned out, I think Bernie ended up with more delegates from yesterday than Clinton did. I haven't been to Chipotle in a bit. For a while I've been wanting to start up, or at least do a pilot episode of some kind of tech review show. So we've been sitting here brainstorming ideas for a name for a tech review show, and through a long series of weird mental leaps, I somehow started thinking about that line from StarCraft, "You require more Vespene gas." I am aghast to discover that no one has thought to register morevespenegas.com. So I am now the proud owner of morevespenegas.com.
Way to go, Michael. Way to go, buddy. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do with their website?
Well, I'm either going to convince myself and everyone else that More Vespene Gas is a decent name for a tech review show, or I'm going to do something else with it.
Just throw that audio file, the stuff in there? So
yeah, maybe it'll just be, you go there, you push a button, and the Protoss voice goes, "You require more Vespene gas."
I think it's brilliant.
This is how I'm going to make $1 million, Todd.
or lose $19.99.
I will have you know that for whatever reason, through the process of this domain registrar account thing that I happened to have a free credit for registering a domain. So registering this cost me nothing.
Congratulations again, buddy. Congratulations.
Thanks. Where's the cat? I wanted to say right cat right.
Right, Todd?
What? Oh, there. Yes. Oh, nice bracelet. Where'd you get that? I'm feeling fairly proud of myself right now, and I would like to explain why. So right now in the script for the first episode of K-Tectonics, we have a shot that involves a pencil sitting on top of a rock, and the camera is supposed to start up high and descend slowly toward that pencil. So of course, for the beginning part of this, we will use a drone, and at some point the shot will transition from being shot with a drone to being shot with just a regular old camera, because that will allow us to use like a macro lens to get really close to the pencil as we continue to descend. The problem that I was having was figuring out how to mount the camera on a slider vertically so that you wouldn't see either the slider or the legs of the tripod holding the slider in the shot as the camera continued to descend toward the pencil. But then I had this amazing idea where we could mount a mirror at a 45-degree angle over the pencil and then just put the camera on a slider regularly and then just slowly push in toward the mirror. That's way easier than trying to mount a camera vertically on a slider. Basically, I'm a genius. I'm currently reading through the comments on the most recent 2 videos, so these are from Smart Lock. Someone asks, "We can send you things in the snail mail?" The answer is yes. I do have a P.O. Box. It is P.O. Box 16931, Missoula, Montana, 59808. In regards to the smart lock that we put on that door, someone asks what happens if we forget our phone, or if the lock runs out of battery. Can you not unlock the smart lock still? The outward-facing part of the lock still has a keyhole on it, so you can still open it with a key. Come to think of it, I feel like we should have tested that when we were there. We haven't yet, but I'm sure it works. Yep, pretty much asks what camera is used for the time-lapse. That was my GoPro. You may remember that I had a GoPro that wasn't working all that well, and just sometime in the last week or so, we got the replacement from GoPro, and so far this one works perfectly. I am very happy. In response to the part where Glenn and I made this whole room red, very red, Randall D said, "I wonder what would happen if your eyeballs were exposed to the same color light for a long period of time, as in like days or weeks. Would your eyes trip out like a kaleidoscope after being exposed to normal white light again?" Curious. I don't exactly know the answer to your question, but after Glenn and I had spent even just like 4 minutes in the red light. We opened the front door and walked outside, and the white light out there just looked green. So your eyes do a fairly good job of trying to correct whatever light you're in to white, even if the light is actually very red. I didn't notice this until some of the commenters pointed it out, but the time-lapse at the end of the smart lock video has the words neat video unregistered down in the bottom right corner. To be clear, I have registered that plugin, but we've been using Bray's computer to render the videos recently, and the plugin was not registered on her computer. I don't want anybody thinking that I'm downloading illegal software or nothing, because I ain't. Looking through this, there are a lot of people pointing out that my neat video thing is unregistered. Okay. I'm moving over to the comments on Pretty Dang Fun. This video hasn't been up for very long, so there's not too many comments yet. There's actually not anything that I can respond to, really. Steve asks, but where could I find a cool bracelet like that? Well, Steve, I'm glad you asked, because if you head over to store.cinemastudios.com, you'll find all of your bracelet needs met. As long as your bracelet needs are yellow and right cat right related. Before I go to bed, I wanted to mention that I get notifications on my phone whenever someone leaves a comment on a video. So I've noticed that there are a couple people who, I don't know if they haven't watched in a while and they're trying to catch up, or they're new and they're just going back to the beginning of things, but there are a couple people who have been watching old videos and leaving comments on them. Especially Paula Choi. If you're Paula Choi, thank you for watching. She has left so many messages on so many old videos just in the last day or so. And not only is it cool to see people enjoying content that I put out forever ago, but it's also caused me to remember videos that I hadn't thought about in a while, and I'm like, oh yeah, that happened. One of my favorite parts about this daily vlog project is that it's sort of like my diary, and I can go back and relive certain parts of my life. So watching those old videos, I remembered what it felt like to exist that day. I remember the things that I was thinking. It's an extreme kind of nostalgia that I don't think I would have access to if it weren't for this daily vlog project. And I know when the vlogs were really backed up, like 2 months behind, there were some people saying, you know, just forget all of the backlog and just start uploading fresh with what happened yesterday. And while I understand and even considered doing that, I am now glad that I didn't, because I still have access to all of the video, all of the memories that happened during that time. And I may never go back to watch them, but there's just something nice about the option being there. Right, Kat? Right. Your bowl is really dirty. So, tomorrow is exciting because a lot of that equipment that we ordered a few weeks ago is showing up. I'm especially excited to play with the lens that we ordered. On Friday, I'm getting a haircut. That's exciting. It's getting a little bit unwieldy. And then hopefully this weekend we'll make some headway on getting our Kate Tectonic set assembled, constructed. I suppose before we get that far, we need to actually finish designing it first. But all of that stuff hopefully going to happen this weekend. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, night, whatever time it is when you're watching this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.